Today, October 19th. I'm enjoying the outdoors behind Byhalia Middle, so I hope you don't mind my brick background. Congrats on the first day of a new term. Let's go ahead and get started. So, you only have two tasks to complete today, as you can see in your list, and I'll tell you about both of them. One is a few questions for you to answer that we're calling umbrella questions. I'll come back to them in a second. Your second task is a little introduction to a book. It's a short reading with a few questions to answer because this 9 weeks we're reading a novel together online. It's a book I've taught every year that I've taught. It's an incredible book. It's a life-changing book for a lot of people. So what I want to do today is briefly tell you a little about the book, and then you have those two assignments, the umbrella questions and the introduction to the novel, that'll help you get a little understanding before we start reading it later in the week. So the book is called Night by a man named Elie Wiesel. He is from Eastern Europe, and it's a book that deals with the Holocaust, which was a time in history, the 1940s and late 30s, when Hitler, the leader of Germany, Adolf Hitler, took over massive parts of Europe. And one of his objectives was to get rid of a type of people called Jews. It's a religious and ethnic group. You've probably heard of Jewish people. He would murder people, he burned people in ovens, and he made people work and starved them. He had these horrible camps where millions of people died. And this is sort of a picture of the sort of conditions that those men and women were dealing with. And this is the book cover. Your book cover looks a little different, but I really love this cover. This book is a story, it's a true story of a man named Elie Wiesel. Here's him when he's old. And when he was 15 years old, he went through this experience. He and his father and mother and sisters were taken away because they were Jewish. They lived through a concentration camp, and Elie Wiesel survived at 15 and then lived the rest of his life speaking and writing about his experiences. And the book we're going to read is his story. So to introduce the book today, here's the two tasks you'll complete. Firstly, you're going to complete this umbrella questions assignment, which simply asks you to do this. Answer the umbrella questions below in a few sentences each. Remember, you're just writing your opinion at this time. You'll learn more about these topics throughout the 9 weeks as we read Night. So these are questions that we'll ask all throughout the novel. They relate to the real world. You don't have to have one easy answer. There are lots of different answers. The goal is not to have one answer, but to uncover a million different ways to think about this question as we read the book. So here's your 4 questions to think about and answer in a text box. 1, what is injustice and how should I respond to it? 2, what does it mean to have a voice in your world and society? 3, what does it mean to lose your voice in society and the world? Fourthly, what is trauma and how do people often respond to it? If you don't know what some of these words mean, feel free to use Google. Don't just type in a response from Google. Obviously, give me your own thoughts, but just give me your answer to these, saying what you think. Of course, create a text box to submit your assignment. Click the blue button, type your answers, and then hit submit assignment again. Secondly, I have a short 4-paragraph excerpt that introduces the book. It'll tell you a little bit more about the story. So all I want you to do is read these 4 to 5 paragraphs, and there's 3 simple questions for you to answer about the reading. Again, the goal of today is just to start thinking about our umbrella questions and to get a little intro on the book. Very simple. If you have any problems with either assignment, send me an email or use the question board, but good luck. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow to dive into how we will annotate using the book.